I'm Missy Gannon. I'm from Cold Spring, New York. My disc golf roots are out of Colorado though, gotta give them a shout out. I've been playing disc golf since about 2015, more seriously since like 2016. My friends from college back in New York moved out to Colorado. They all started to play this sport. They were like, hey, this is what we're doing now. We play disc golf, and we were like, all right, like whatever, sure. And they gave us a few discs, and I mean, it was cool. I mean, I definitely right away, I was like, this isn't really for me. And I think it's because I was so bad at it. Then, you know, just kind of came back around, and that I got bit by the bug, and it just was something that I was like, well, actually, I kind of want to try it again. I kind of want to see if I can get better at this. I didn't find the sport until my mid-20s, late 20s, so I started realizing like, okay, I'm a little bit on the fast track if I ever want to play professionally. So I played almost every weekend. I was working full-time, so it was kind of just trying to figure out when I could fit it all in. There was always something about that 9-to-5 thing that I just wasn't, I didn't like it. It was just not exciting enough, and you know, it almost gave me more of a reason to get better at disc golf after I realized that I really loved playing it.
Next from Beacon, New York, Missy Gannon.
So it was 2017 that I decided to play in my first AM Worlds. But right before that, I had met Paige Pearson and Valerie Jenkins out in Colorado. They came to the Rocky Mountain Women's. It was just from there that I realized, you know, how amazing all of these women were out there. And from there, that's where Paige and I sort of started our friendship. That might have even been part of the reason why I was like, all right, well, let's do this. And so when 2018 came along, at the beginning of the year, I was like, hey, Tom, well, what do you think about going on tour? Coming out here early on, it was stressful. I mean, money wasn't really coming in because I was sometimes cashing, you know, but most of the time I was just sort of like trying to track my progress and see how well I'm doing against all of these, you know, women who have been doing this for so much longer than me. And so that first year or so was really hard, and it definitely could have had the potential to break me. But something happened where I played more A tiers and win some, and you know, now we were starting to feel a little more comfortable. I have to really like buckle down and grind and just do anything I can to make sure that we can stay out here. You know, I have a great company behind me in Discraft and a couple of other companies that are supporting me. They're really allowing me to focus 100% on my job. I try to wake up early on tournament days and just sort of get my mind and body going is really all I could do on tournament days. I think especially this year so far, we've seen such a variety of women sort of leaking up to the top, and I think that it's even more now than ever. It seems more doable to win any given weekend. I used to sing and loved being on stage and being in front of people. I was in like a rock and blues band in high school, which was like kind of coordinated as like a class. I actually found the same thing in college. It was another rock and blues band. I'm like, what? This is so weird. But we performed at bars and stuff, and we got credit for it. If you get wind of any karaoke nights, you know, we might all be out there. I think my mindset's usually pretty even-keeled. I mean, I definitely like to, especially when I have Tom out there on the bag, I definitely like to like talk and talk about like what just happened, and I feel like that just like gets it out and then it's gone. And so when I start to kind of get down on myself or beat myself up for a shot that I just had, he's like, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's happened already. Just, try to figure out how to not do it on the next hole. The sky's the limit. I mean, if we're already seeing $1 million contracts, they're both just setting that standard, and I'm talking about Paul and Paige. I think that could be any of us in a year or two. I think once we start getting a few more bigger companies, and if we can get on more of those sports channels, who knows, man? I think that we'll potentially see this being a more mainstream sport. Anything is possible. So, given any unforeseen circumstances, I can't see myself doing anything else, at least for the foreseeable future. And I think we're only growing. The sport has seen so much crazy growth in just the last year that this is the time to be doing this right now, because you're only going to get that exposure. And I think that it's such a great time to be here and be in the sport.